Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach. Today, I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB. It's a Monday and we are ready to take it on. It is the 22nd of July and you know what that means. It's going to be a great day. Every 22nd is awesome. It's what I consider my lucky day, and why not have a lucky day? Why not? Why not have a day that you're like, man, I'm going to be lucky today. It's going to be a great one. Well, that's what we're doing today. We're going to have a lucky day today. It is episode 5,400, always celebrating that. I love that. And we're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk about public speaking ideas. But before we do, remember our Morning Coach Metaphysical Morning Ritual. Take time for self-care. Really, I say that every day, but it's very important. Listen to CoachCasts. Get here. You're here. Get the energy. And then get those 7 Ps working for you. Have the proper perspective in the morning. Make sure you're setting your priorities every day. Make sure you're focused on getting a little bit better, improving your performance. Have patience in everything we do. I really, really have patience with this. Keep great posture. Get your shoulders back. Stay present in the moment, all right, and then persist. And that's going to allow you to, continually progress forward. And even if you fall off, okay, and we all do. I mean, this is the summer. This is a tough time. Get back to the basics, self-care, CoachCast, 7 Ps. Okay, and then if you're using a planner, great. Take a picture, send it in the companion. And then, of course, always stop by the community for accountability questions and support. We're there for you. But it is the summer, and I want to tell you thank you. There's a lot going on. Jurgen and Vitas and Ken. Ken is our designer, and Jurgen and Vitas are two awesome black belts within the system, are helping us put the new planner together. We're coming up with some new ideas for that, making it more modular, more individual. With that being said, I want to thank you. I want to thank Jurgen and Vitas and Ken, obviously, and I want to thank you for being here because it is the summer, and it can be rough, and we can have a lot of distractions. But you're here, and it means so much. We have so many people, like what will happen is just like the gyms. They'll show up in October, November, December, and we build our business then because we have so many people start. But these are the times when people start to fall off. And that's why we do Morning Coach, so that you can come and show up and, hey, maybe you did have a long 4th of July. Maybe you took a couple weeks off, and that's okay. But let's get back to the things that you want to do. For me, okay, personally, one thing that's been thrown off is my circadian rhythm. And the circadian rhythm is the sleep aspect of life, meaning you go to bed at a similar time and you get up at a similar time. Now, I'm up in Indiana right now. I'm not in Florida or Columbia. And I've mentioned that I'm going to spend 3 or 4 months in Columbia in the winter this year, January, February, March, April, late January, maybe even into May. It's different there. Like it's different wherever you're at in the world, because of the way the light works and the light changes. Here in the winter, it's really difficult for me because you're getting minimal sunlight. Literally, you get up when it's dark and it's dark at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Now, it stays light till 8:30, 9 o'clock. I absolutely love it, but it can throw off your circadian rhythm. So I'm focused on really dialing mine in by going to bed at 10 p.m., and then getting up at 6:30 every day and trying to get consistent with that. Over the 4th of July, we had some late nights. We had the Cup of America, and I got thrown off on that. So going back to the basics, and again, thanking you for being here. This is a type of idea that I want to bring to you. It's like if you feel off or things have gone off a little bit, then stop and look at your self-care. Okay, what are the things that you can do to make that work for you, which for me is circadian rhythm. I know it's been off. It throws my energy off. My sleep is so critical. And if I don't have that consistent, it can really hurt me. We're going to talk about that on Thursday, by the way, because I got a couple questions on how I can sleep better. And I do want to get into circadian rhythm because we have been talking about this in the mastermind too, in the International Inner Circle. So it's a big week to kind of step back, and we've been working on checking our plan. We're coming into the end of the month. Friday is our final financial Friday, so if you haven't done your ILD spreadsheet for August, this is a good time. But it's a really good week to kind of go, okay, I had a great summer time, even though we've got August, September still. But this is a good time to kind of collect yourself, and that's why I appreciate you being here, because it really says a lot about you and who you are by being here. Now it's just a matter of making little adjustments to our plan and maybe getting back on track a little bit, okay? And that's what I'm doing, focusing on this week, getting back on track. So what are we going to do this week? Well, we're in a communication month, right? And we're talking about communication. So we're going to talk a little bit about public speaking this month. We're also going to talk a little bit about, the book study. Obviously, we're getting through the book study, Ruben's book, and we're just kind of going through that. That's a fun book. And then Wednesday, we're going to talk about public speaking and building expertise and understanding like your mission. And this is an important one for some of you that don't want to get out there, and I'll explain that on Wednesday. Thursday, again, then we're going to step back about circadian rhythm because it's something I noticed, and I know there's a few people in our mastermind, and then obviously getting some questions on this idea of sleep and benefit to you and your system. So we're going to step back into that. Then Friday, we're going to talk about this story and learning powerful tips on that aspect of things and how you can be a little better leader. And then Saturday, obviously, Dr. Paul continues with some of his ideas and thoughts in different health areas. And then Sunday, I've got getting out of your own way. So we got a really cool week for you and a lot of things happening. And like I said, Jürgen Vitas and Ken, thank you, because they're really putting some time in for all of us to really make 2025 even better, like with our planning systems and structuring and organization, which I'm really excited about. I keep mentioning that. If you want to jump in the community and to discuss, please do, because I would like to know what are some things working for you, not working for you, and the changes we're going to make. We're going to have the consistent planner that we always have, but then we're going to build some individual ones based on, like for me, I want health stuff in there. I want circadian rhythm stuff in there. I want to track some other things in my planner that I'm currently not tracking. I want to have the ability to put that in there. So we're working on that. And again, we're going to get into the topic right now, but I want to thank you for being a part of this because this is our tough time. And by you being here and showing up and being a part of it and contributing your membership and being a part of it, it helps us. It really does. And I thank you for that. Okay, so let's get into this week. Again, it's the 22nd. I love it. Let's get into today, I should say. The 22nd is a great day. It's going to have some fun. And we're going to talk about a little bit about public speaking. And public speaking is one of those things that we're going to get into in depth on Wednesday, but it does solidify your expertise. If you can get on the platform, the halo effect happens, and it really can make a difference in your life, right? You can really connect with people. And all of us at some point are going to have to get in front of people. And I don't know if I believe that there's some statistics out there that say that there are people that are more scared of public speaking than they are of dying. I don't know if I can agree to that, right? I would believe that somebody would have more fear of dying than they would public speaking. But I understand it's one of those things that's a challenge for a lot of people to get out there and do. For me, it's always been easier, and it might have been because I grew up with the Brady Bunch. For some of you my age, the Brady Bunch was a syndicated TV show back in the 70s, and I'll never forget Marsha Brady had to give a speech. And Marsha Brady had to give a speech, and the advice that she was given was to imagine everybody in the audience in their underwear. True story. This was a true story, right? True TV show. And I remember them showing everybody in their underwear, and she's laughing as she's starting to give the speech. And so maybe that's why I've always been comfortable from the stage, because Marsha Brady and the Brady Bunch taught me how to speak, right? Or not to be fearful. But I don't believe that people are that afraid of it. I think they're worried about what people think. And so one of the aspects that I want to take from you today is the idea about being passionate in your topic, okay? Really being excited about talking about your topic. And it's not so much about the public speaking or being in front of anybody. It's about your energy into the topic. That's what makes a great speaker. It's not about the oration. It's about the passion that you have when you're in front of the audience. They're going to see that you're passionate about it. I always use this analogy, and I think it's a good one. Is if there was a mother, okay, and the mother had an 8-year-old daughter, and they're at the mall, and the mom's walking around, and all of a sudden the 8-year-old daughter disappears. And they're having a Christmas concert, and there's thousands of people in the audience watching it. And the person that's putting it on says, look, we lost your daughter. The only way you're going to get your daughter back is to go up on stage and tell people what they look like, what she looks like, what she's wearing. That mother would grab that microphone and probably be one of the best speakers you've ever seen. She'd be in tears. She'd say, this is what she looks like. She's this girl, this, she would give you everything she's got. Why? Because she's passionate about what she's doing. And she's passionate because she wants to put that energy out there. And so when you're speaking, that's one of the things we have to do is we have to put that passion into the speech. It doesn't have to be that great. You can have ums and ahs, but if you really care, it's going to come through when you're speaking. Now, I get it. There are times when you have to do things that are uninteresting. Look, as a professional speaker that gets paid, if somebody pays me, and this goes back to when I was really doing this as a profession, I would tell them, let me look at the roster of what's going on. And if I saw the CEO or I saw the accountant, I typically would want to go after those people. Why? Why would I want to go after the CEO or the accountant? Because it was real simple to be good after them because they're typically really bad. CEOs are typically better than the CFO, I should say the accountant CFO. But typically they're doing numbers or they're talking about stuff and everybody's just bored, right? So you come up there and you can fall down and you can do better. And so I used to love to go after that. I would say, hey, just put me after the accounting stuff, whenever that is. Oh, we do the accounting stuff at the end of the day. Okay, well, why don't you move that forward and then put me after that? Because people are falling asleep and you come up there and boom, you just rock it. But there is an aspect of you having to do that. What if you're the accountant? What if you're the CEO? Well, then you need to have passion in your topic. You need to get excited about what you're doing. If you're not excited up there and you're not passionate about it, if you're just reading off PowerPoints, nobody else is going to get excited about it. Okay. And if you say, oh, JB, but I don't have that kind of energy. It's not about that kind of energy. It's about the passion. Again, think about the mom who lost her child. And again, interest is interesting. That comes from Dan Mays, who learned that from Casey Neistat. I like that. When you're highly interested in things, other people tend to get interested in it. So the more interest you have and the more depth you bring into it, it creates interest. You may not be into guitars, but if there's a Les Paul that was played by, I don't know, Led Zeppelin, right, on stage during Stairway to Heaven, and that you know the history of that guitar and had some great story, it creates interest in everybody. Even if you're not a guitarist, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Even if you don't like Led Zeppelin, there's a story behind that. And we're going to talk about stories on Friday because it is really critical that we get better at it. But remember, if you're interested in stuff, you can bring that into your speaking. And I like you to have fun. Okay, if you're going to be a great public speaker, and again, Wednesday we're going to go into some other ideas, but get up there and have fun. And you say, but I'm scared. No, you aren't scared. You're just not excited and passionate and having fun. You can't fail. You know, even me, like I'll in full disclosure, I'll come off and go, did I do a good job? Even though I know I'm going to do a good job, I always feel I never do a good enough job. That's just me. That's in everything that I do. So it's not about perfection. It's about going up and having fun, putting your energy into it and being you. That's what's going to make a better public speaker. And this is in front of your family. This is in front of friends. This could be in front of your church, synagogue, mosque. Okay. And any time you have to get in front of people, if you understand these concepts, all of a sudden you become a better public speaker. Okay. And one of the key things I'm going to tell you that's really going to help you is get out there and meet people. Know who's in your audience. This is one of my secret weapons, is that when I'm going to speak somewhere, like when I went to Cartagena, this was last October, right? And I had to speak to 5,000 people. The first thing I did to the meeting planner was, who can I talk to? Who are some of your best people? Who are going to be there? I need to get a hold of them. I need to get on a Zoom meeting. I need to know what they want, what they're about, what makes them tick. And so when I got on the Zoom meeting with them, I started to get to know who they were. And I talked about their family and what they were into, why they're going to Cartagena, what were they excited about. And that's the stuff that I brought to the stage. I constantly looked for the people that I met and I spoke to them. It made it so much easier. Instead of trying to speak to the whole crowd, I was just speaking to them. Okay. And I'm looking them in the eyes, and then I would find the other person and look them in the eyes. And it just feels so much more intimate when you're picking one person out in the audience and you're speaking to them. It's an old secret in our business. Okay. So can you be a better public speaker? Yes. Again, a lot of the things that we discuss here are skills. Public speaking is a skill. What is a skill? It's something that you can get better at. Okay. What is a talent? A talent is something you're innately born with. You're just good at it. And when you bring talent and skill together, that's genius. That's when you're just killing it. I've been very fortunate. I don't know why. I really don't. Maybe it was Marsha Brady, that when I get up on stage, I don't have an issue with it. It's kind of a talent of mine. So the skills that I've gotten that I'm teaching you over the years have just enhanced that talent. It's made me a better public speaker. Now, I'm not a practice. I maybe do a keynote once or twice a year. I do my own events once in a while. But a lot of this just comes natural over time because I've just done it for so many years. It's kind of like riding a bike, right? You get up there, you just do it. Just like we're going to talk about on Wednesday, and we talked about yesterday, the pause, the silence. That's just a powerful thing that I don't even think about. I just do it. When I see people getting distracted, I'm just quiet. You want to hear a bird chirp, right? It just breaks everything and gets the attention. Those are little techniques that are just huge, and it's a skill. Anybody can do that. Anybody can get comfortable with the silence. Any negotiation, anything you can do, any type of speaking environment, the last person that speaks loses. Just remember that. So understanding that will make you a better speaker. Okay, so speak to one person, have some fun, get interested in things, and be interesting. You can do it and become a better public speaker. As always, thank you for being here. Okay, thank you. If you're struggling a little bit to get back on track, this is a great time. Let's look at your self-care. Let's look at circadian rhythm. We're going to talk about that. Maybe you're not sleeping right. Let's look at your 7 Ps. Let's look at the things you're doing, and let's get the energy back to where it needs to be. Okay, this is a great time to do it because we're going to leave July here soon. We're going to be focused in on kind of coming into the end of the year, which is a powerful, powerful place to be with us. Okay? So I love you. Get out there. Have a great day. And I'll be back with more right here tomorrow on MorningCoach.com.